first-time job seeker ka ba, pero wala ka pang TIN or tax identification number? Alam mo ba na libre lang kumuha ng TIN sa BIR? Hello everyone, I am Attorney Ann, CPA, and a certified tax technician, and in this video, ituturo ko sa inyo yung step-by-step procedure kung paano mag-apply ng TIN manually or walk-in sa BIR para makuha na natin agad yung TIN at walang hassle. So first of all, kailangan i-prepare muna natin yung mga requirements before going to the BIR. I-ready muna natin tong mga requirements na to. So first requirement, very important, is for us to print a BIR form number 1904. So hindi mo na actually kailangan pumunta sa BIR para kumuha ng form na to. You can actually download it sa Google. So you can download this one sa Google and print 2 original copies. Okay, so BIR form number 1904. And then you also have to prepare any government-issued ID. Photocopy lang ang kailangan ng BIR. Pero dapat yung ID mo may nakalagay na name, address, and birthday. Okay? Now, if your ID has no address, and you have to present another proof of residence or business address. Okay? So for example, bill ng kuryente or any billing statements or any documents na nakalagay, naka-indicate talaga yung address mo. And then since first-time job seeker ka, kailangan kang kumuha ng barangay certification. So obviously, yung barangay certification, from the name itself, barangay, doon natin kukunin sa barangay. So, barangay certification na ikaw ay isang resident of that barangay at ikaw ay isa ding first-time job seeker. So, kumuha ng isang certified true copy of this barangay certification. Now, additional requirement though, for married females, kung babae ka na kasado, or kasal ka, so you also have to prepare one photocopy of your marriage contract. So, again, compile all of these documents first before going to the BIR. Okay, para pagdating natin sa BIR, diretso na yung processing natin. Okay? At hindi masayang yung oras at panahon natin, na pag-travel papunta sa BIR. Okay, now if hindi ka makakapunta personally, you want to transact through a representative, meron tayong additional requirement for that. So, kailangan may SPA. So, SPA executed by the taxpayer applicant. So, ikaw to, ikaw si taxpayer applicant, indicating the purpose, ano yung purpose ng pag-transact ng representative mo doon sa BIR. So, ilagay nyo lang yung purpose. Yung purpose nyo is to get a new TIN. Okay? And indicate also the name of the authorized representative. Ito, one original to be presented to the BIR. At kasama na rin sa SPA yung photocopy ng government-issued ID mo, okay, and your authorized representative. So, photocopy ng ID mo, and then photocopy ng ID ng representative mo. And then, that photocopy should have one specimen signature. So, pirmahan nyo lang yung bond paper kung saan halagay yung photocopy ng ID nyo. Okay? Now, going back to the list of our requirements, diba? Again, I've mentioned there, nakalagay doon sa list na kailangan mag-prepare ng BIR form 1904 and kailangan dalawang original. Okay? Dalawang original. Hindi pwedeng fill upan nyo lang yung isa tapos photocopy. Okay? Kailangan lahat ng two copies of the 1904 na form is original. Alright. Okay, so ito yung BIR form 1904. Okay. So, dito rin sa video, I will walk you through the process of filling up the BIR form 1904. Paano ba i-fill up yung 1904? Kasi, di ba, since you are a first-time job seeker, understandably, you are not yet familiar with these forms, di ba? So, turuan ko kayo kung paano mag-fill up ng BIR Form 1904. Okay, first here, you can see here, di ba, meron tayong TIN, but again, that one is to be filled out by the BIR kasi again, wala pa tayong TIN. So, si BIR officer yung mag-fill up sa portion na yan. Okay? So, once na mabigyan na kayo ng TIN, then si BIR officer na ang maglalagay kung ano yung TIN mo dyan. Okay. Here naman, date of registration. So, look at the red circle here. Date of registration is the date when you walked into the BIR RDO. Okay? So, for example, if ngayon, August 9, 2025, because I'm recording this in August 9, so, lagay niyo lang dyan, August 9, 2025. So, kailangan yung format is month, date, and year. So, August is 08. So, lagay 08 dito. Tsaka 9, the date, 09, and then 2025. Ito naman, you can skip this one. Fills this card number. Hindi naman talaga required yan. So, you can skip that one. Blank lang. And then, next one, number 3, dito, RDO code. This is to be filled out by the BIR. Each BIR RDO kasi mayroon yung corresponding na RDO code. Like for example, I am in Talisay, Cebu. Talisay City, Cebu. Our RDO code here is 083. Okay? So, CBIR na po ang bahala magsulat kung ano yung RDO code dyan. Okay? And then, let's move on to number 4, which is the tax type. Okay, so in your case, if you are a first-time job seeker, then mark this box as X. Lagay nyo lang X dyan. EO98, Filipino citizen. Okay? Take note na kapag may mga box daw, lagay daw natin yung X. Mark all appropriate boxes with an X. Kaya X, lagay natin yung X dyan sa box na yan. Okay? Eto, foreign, yan, hindi naman tayo foreigners, no? And then, country of residence, kung this is for foreigners, so skip na natin yan. Now, let's move on to number 7. Okay, taxpayer's name. Dito po tayo sa 7A. Don't mind 7B and 7C. Huwag niyong pansinin si 7B and 7C. Dito tayo magpo-focus sa 7A. So, you can read it naman here, no? Last name, this box is for your last name or your apelyido, okay? Then first name, middle name, suffix. Suffix yung mga, for example, the third, the second, or junior, mga ganon. So, if wala ka namang suffix, then just leave this one as blank, okay? And then optional naman yung nickname. Optional lang tong nickname. Okay, so after nyo sulatan ito, so number 7A, proceed na tayo kay number 8. So dito naman, date of birth. Huwag niyong pansinin yung organization, date of organization. Kasi yung date of organization, this will only be used by juridical entities, so hindi mga individuals. Okay, so sa atin, date of birth. Yung format naman ng date of birth is still month, date, and year. So, ilagay nyo lang dito. Okay, na mga boxes. After nyan, proceed tayo sa number 9. Number 9 is place of birth. So, ilagay nyo lang din dito yung place of birth nyo. Next one is number 10. We have the local residence address. So, whichever lang is applicable to you. Kasi, yung ibang address, no, wala tayong example, wala tayong building name, wala tayo nito, block number. So, whichever lang is applicable sa inyo. So, if you have a street name sa address nyo, so lagay nyo dyan, subdivision, village or zone, barangay, your town or district, your municipality or city, the province where you live, and then your specific zip code. Okay, again, since we are Filipinos, first-time job seekers, kumbaga. So, obviously, wala tayong principal foreign address, so don't mind that. Same goes with the date of arrival in the Philippines, okay? Next one for gender, in my case, I am female. So, mark X ko lang yung box for the female. And then, civil status, I am married. So, X ko lang dito yung box for married. And the next one is your contact number rather, not mine. Okay? So, your contact number could be, pwede siya landline, pwede din naman siya mobile number. And then, for me, no, it will be best or better if you just put your mobile number. Okay? And then, your official email address. Just make sure na correct talaga yung nilagay nyo na email address dyan. Okay? Kasi mahirap magpa-update or magpa-change ng email address sa BIR. Okay? So, make sure lang talaga na pagsulat nyo ng official email address nyo, correct yan and still active yung email address na yan. Alright. Let's proceed. Okay, number 18 naman, okay? Number 18 is for your mother's maiden name, okay? Maiden name. Then, don't get confused here kasi diba kanina una yung last name, first name, tsaka middle name. But in this case, dito, una yung first name. So, kailangan maiden name yung ng mother nyo. When we say maiden name, ano ibig sabihin ng maiden name? Yung apelyido ng mother nyo before siya kinasal sa father nyo. Okay? So, first name ni mama, middle name ni mama nung pagkadalaga niya, and then last name ni mama nung pagkadalaga niya. Then, father's name. Okay? Father's name, again, first name yung una, hindi last name ha. So, first name, middle name, tsaka last name. Proceed na tayo sa next one, which is number 20. This is where you will input your ID details. So, kung ano man yung ID na pinotokapihan nyo, na dinala nyo sa BIR, so lagay nyo lang dito yung type of the ID. So, is it a passport? Is it a driver's license? Kung ano man yung ID na dinala nyo. Then, yung ID number, yung effectivity date, and then yung expiry date ng ID nyo. Okay. So, if you have a spouse, if you are married, kung kasal ka, so kailangan din natin i-disclose dito yung information ng asawa natin. So, employment status of spouse, kung walang trabaho yung spouse mo, yung asawa mo, ito yung X. Mark this box as X, okay? Kung may trabaho naman siya, and then yung trabaho niya is dito lang sa Pilipinas, then choose employed locally. Kung ang trabaho niya nasa abroad, then employed abroad. Kung hindi naman siya empleyado, ngunit meron siyang business or self-employed professional siya, self-employed individual siya, then mark this box as X. Okay? And then disclose here your spouse name, yung pangalan ng asawa mo. This time, una yung last name. Okay? Last name, first name, tsaka middle name ng asawa mo. Then, yung TIN ng asawa mo kung meron man. Kung employed naman yung asawa mo or engaged in business or practice of profession, obviously, may TIN naman siya. So, but if unemployed yung asawa mo, wala siyang TIN. So, blank lang ito. Okay? Then, yung employer name ng asawa mo, again, if unemployed naman siya, blank lang. Blank lang dito. Okay? Next. Okay. For the purpose of TIN application, in this video, yung purpose natin is kukuha tayo ng TIN kasi first-time job seeker tayo and kailangan natin ng TIN. So, etong box na to ang piliin nyo. First-time job seeker. Okay. Dito naman sa part 4, withholding agent, accredited tax agent information, hindi applicable sa atin yan. Okay? So, we don't have to mind that. Okay? Itong TIN na nakalagay dito sa part 4, wala yan. Hindi yan applicable sa atin. Yung withholding agent, accredited tax agent's name, hindi rin. Okay? Dito, yung mga kasunod na mga entries dito, it pertains to the withholding tax agent. Hindi natin kailangan yan. So, don't mind that one. Don't also mind that one. So, in your 1904, huwag niyong lagyan ng crash, okay? I just put this crash out to emphasize na hindi natin kailangan yan, okay? Hindi natin kailangan to, hindi natin kailangan ito. Okay. So, punta tayo directly sa number 33. Okay. Declaration. I declare under the penalties of perjury that this application has been made in good faith, blah, blah, blah. In short, it's just like saying na, BIR, hey BIR, we are telling the truth. Walang mali sa mga nilagay ko doon. Lahat ng yon totoo. Okay? So, just write your name here, your name, your full name, and then sign on top of your name. So, kailangan may signature over your printed name. And then, dito naman sa title or position of signatory, lagay nyo lang dyan, taxpayer. Okay? Taxpayer. Dito na part, stamp of BIR, receiving office, and date of receipt. Si BIR na po ang magsastamp niyan. Kung okay lahat, magsastamp siya dito na portion sa 1904. Okay? Okay, so eto naman yung mga sample government IDs na acceptable doon sa BIR. So like our national ID from our PSA, driver's license from LTO, UMID ID from SSS or GSIS, voter's ID from COMELEC, passport from the DFA, digitized postal ID from the post office, PRC ID from the PRC, and OWA ID from OWA. Okay. Ito naman po yung sample barangay certification, di ba? Na-mention ko kanina na first-time job seeker ka, kailangan ka kumuha ng barangay certification from your barangay. So, ito po yung sample barangay certification. So, this is to certify that Mr. or Miss, then your name is a resident of barangay, ano yung address, and so on. Tsaka, dapat may pirma ng punong barangay or barangay captain. Okay. So, once na na-compile yun na lahat ng mga requirements, okay, ready na lahat ng requirements, now let's proceed to the BIR. Okay. So, ano yung procedure or steps na kailangan nating i-follow para makakuha na tayo ng TIN? Okay. Step 1 is to get a queuing number at the entrance. So, pagkarating nyo sa BIR, kumuha kayo ng number. Okay? Number. And wait for your turn. So, for example, if yung nakuha nyo na number is number 20, so just wait for your number to be called. So, once called, proceed to the registration officer counter and submit the complete documentary requirements. So, yung lahat ng requirements na diniscuss natin kanina, okay, bigay nyo lang sa registration officer. So, ano yung gagawin ni BIR officer pagka-receive niya ng mga documents mo? So, i-verify niya kung meron ka na bang TIN sa system nila. Ito yung mga system na ginagamit nila to inquire. And then, they will also validate the complete accuracy and completeness of your requirements. Kasi kung may kulang, i-return nila sa'yo. 'Di ba? Kasi, kung may kulang ka na document, kailangan isubmit mo rin yung kulang. But if complete naman lahat, kasi you listen to my video and then complete lahat yung mga requirements mo, okay? The BIR officer will stamp the word received on your application and then sign the checklist of documentary requirements. Meron yung small piece of paper nakalagay, checklist of documentary requirements. It will just sign that. And then they will encode your details na nakalagay sa 1904 and then they will generate your TIN. So kung ano man yung TIN mo, ilalagay nila yung TIN mo sa BIR form number 1904. So do you remember when I showed the first page of the BIR form 1904, meron doon sa upper portion yung tax identification number mo. So sila na yung maglalagay, magsusulat ng TIN mo doon sa form. Okay, and the next step 2 is to receive the TIN. We will receive our TIN and a copy of the BIR form 1904. So yung isang copy ng 1904 na may stamped received sa BIR at may naka-indicate na dito na TIN mo, you will get that from the same registration officer counter. All right. So that's it, no? Very simple and very easy steps to follow. Congratulations on getting your new TIN, tax identification number, and also good luck sa job hunting. Sana matawagan kayo ng mga companies na gusto nyong applyan. Okay, so last few words from me. Okay, you can see here, meron tayong reminder sa baba. Possession of more than one tax identification number is criminally punishable pursuant to the provisions of the National Internal Revenue Code of 1997 as amended. It just says na hindi pwedeng magdoble yung TIN natin. Kasi if you willingly secure or get 2 TINs for yourself, you will be charged with a crime. It is criminally punishable. Okay? So, yan po yung basic guide kung paano kumuha ng TIN as a first-time job seeker sa BIR. So, kung may natutunan kayo today, please like this video. Share mo din naman sa mga kakilala mong magsisimula pa lang magtrabaho at subscribe na rin please para sa iba pang practical tax tips and legal guides. Once again, this is Attorney Ann, CPA, CTT, helping you navigate taxes and legal processes one video at a time. Kita-kits sa susunod na video. Bye-bye!